There is one main thing keeping you stuck in a relationship with a narcissist or a relationship that's toxic. And this one thing is a well known thinking error that most of us humans have. But where I've seen it the most and where I've seen it cause the most harm is in these toxic relationships. And this thinking error is called the false consensus effect, or sometimes called the consensus bias. So let me explain. And also, if this is useful for you, please do hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Very helpful. So I could generally tell when a new client came in and they were struggling in a relationship, I could generally tell that they were in relationship with somebody who likely had narcissistic personality disorder or another type of personality disorder because the client would be a little bit of a broken record around, I can't believe he XYZ. I can't believe she did such and such. I can't believe they thought that I can't believe that they would have taken what I said in that way. I can't believe, I can't believe, I can't believe. And then the other refrain is, I never would have done that. So maybe they misunderstood, or they must have thought something different because I would never have done that if I'd understood. Or maybe I did do something bad because the reaction was so extreme, it didn't make sense to me. Okay, so that's the common refrain. And I have an answer. I have an answer as to both why you feel that way, if that's your common refrain, why it sort of makes sense, and why you gotta move off of it. Okay? So the false consensus effect is quite well known, very well researched. And for the most of us, and for the majority of the time, we think other people think the way we do. So if there's a situation in which we would do XYZ, we assume other people will do XYZ. And then if we're in a relationship with somebody who does something that we think is like totally makes no sense, we look for what are the reasons that we would act that way if we ever would. And then we think, okay, maybe I'm missing something about reality because they wouldn't have done that if they didn't have a reason that makes sense to us. So I'm not necessarily talking about political beliefs or religious beliefs because yes, we often know others don't agree with us, or we might feel different from others in our environment because of how we grew up, or, XYZ. But I'm really talking more about interpersonal behavior and responses. So, key thing here is that people with narcissistic personality disorder navigate the world through manipulation, not empathy. Their brain does not work the way yours works if you are one of the 85% of people who navigate the world through empathy. Now, this isn't saying that we're not manipulative at all. I know everybody has little bits of manipulation, but when empathy is totally lacking, it presents totally differently. Somebody who has antisocial personality disorder, which is the kind of official diagnosis for what the general public will call sociopathic, can lie like completely seriously and confidently and in such a bizarre way that those of us who can't do that listen and we think, wow, maybe I misunderstood last time, right? Because this leads to arguments where it's like, I didn't say that. Yes, you said that. No, I didn't say it. Well, that is what you said. And then you're like, wow, what planet am I living on? I'm clearly living on a different planet than this person. Like, I do not understand what's happening. I'm confused all the time if I am in a relationship with somebody like this. And that confusion and my brain's attempt to figure it out, to give them the benefit of the doubt and to assume that their brain does work like mine, keeps me stuck. So I've actually been working on a handful of these kind of thinking errors that we have that keep us stuck in toxic relationships. And I've incorporated all of that into the boundary program that I have. And I do go into more detail there, but I wanted to share this concept with you because I think it can be really helpful if you can get off of the loop of how could they have done that? Well, they've done it and they've done it before, and they've shown you they can do it, and they've shown you they can do it before, And you don't want to believe it because it's not how you work. And yes, is it hard to believe? Yes, it's hard to believe. But the sooner you believe it, the quicker you will be able to choose your next action. So you don't always have to end a relationship that's toxic, that follows these patterns. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you certainly can. But whether you choose to end it or not, if you begin to understand that this person's brain works totally different than yours, they will do what they have shown you they will do. Then what do you want to do? Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if this resonates for you. Let me know if you get stuck on that loop, because getting out of that refrain is really the first step to figuring out how can you maintain your self-confidence, maintain your self-worth, maintain your sense of reality, and not get bogged down in the confusion. And I am going to summarize the real answer to the question, how could they do that, in the last 30 seconds here. But before we go there, please do hit that like button if this has been useful, and subscribe to my channel for more. And you can hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when I put out new videos. Also, it occurs to me I have another resource that might be helpful for you, which is a PDF called Transform Your Negative Core Belief. Because another thing that keeps us stuck in bad relationships or toxic relationships are the negative core beliefs that we carry probably from very early in childhood. So the link for that free PDF is below. Many people have found it super helpful. Alrighty. The real answer to the question, how could they do that, is I have no idea, because my brain doesn't work that way, but they do it. There is no answer to your question, how do they do that, other than their brain works differently than yours and they navigate the world with manipulation. It's the only answer. Okay, hope this was helpful. Let me know.